Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Daniel Cross, and today I want to talk to you guys about Call of Duty and the COD points scandal. This is something that I discussed in my stream when people kind of mentioned it to me, and I wanted to offer my opinions on this. I think this is absolutely hilarious for multiple reasons. Partly because when we go back, we look at COD points, a lot of YouTubers kind of suggested this, they supported it. It seemed like a good process at first, and then we found out later on that over time the odds were bad, so we didn't know. We went into a situation where it was weird, and we're just like, alright, so you can spend money, you can get these points, and you can try to gamble to get cosmetic-only items in Call of Duty. And then a couple months later, they released DMX Garand in the Marshall 16, where it actually gave you a slight advantage depending on the gun, and even then, sometimes the guns aren't that good themselves. So we had this situation where we realized that COD points and the system were almost working against the player. There was really no value. The bigger thing that stands out in my mind is if you're willing to spend money on COD points, it only works for about 12 months, and then the new Call of Duty game comes out, and you spent $500 on it, you spent $200, you spent $100, you spent $20, that money is forever gone. It's never coming back, and you won't be able to make the money back. It just disappears because we're moving on to the next game. Completely crazy. So the big controversy is with, I guess I should say, like Tmartn, a couple other YouTubers that are bigger, supposedly were given Call of Duty point codes because they're COD influencers. I was never given a COD point code. I actually spent, I believe, $800 total on COD supply drops this year in total. And making money back through ad revenue is slightly possible for me, but it just depends. Sometimes I just realize that, hey, it's not worth it. But I will also say this, my viewership during those videos went up like 4 or 5 times. I casually stream with an audience of either, 300 to 1,000, just depends on the day, if I have a good day or an average day, whatever. But when I did a supply drop opening, I would have upwards of 3,000 to 5,000 people watching me do this. So the community seems a little bit torn. There's people that are for supply drops, there's people that are against supply drops. But when you have a YouTube channel that is based on Call of Duty, that is your bread and butter, that is what people subscribe to you for, and your job is to provide content. Genuine content, knowledgeable content about the system. A lot of these YouTubers started to do this. Tmartn especially. He made a couple supply drop videos saying, hey, system's cool. I did the same thing. And then out of nowhere, we kind of changed our opinion because we realized how bad supply drops were. Tmartn has made so many videos shit-talking Activision, shit-talking the supply drop system, calling him out. He even made a video where he said bullshit as the thumbnail and explains how supply drops could be bad if people were to have a new specialist being introduced into the game. So at a point, I have to feel that either people are just absolutely losing their minds and they don't understand that, yeah, a COD influencer is given points. Like, it makes sense from a marketing perspective to get these big channels to promote that. But at the same time, when you look at Tmartn, he gave the codes away, which is even more funny. He also spent over $1,700 of his own money. One thing I also find extremely hypocritical is how people attack Tmartn for being a money whore, being really greedy, when his financial situation is absolutely hilarious. He has multiple real estate investments. He owns 2 YouTube channels that pull 20 million views a month, if not more. He has sponsorships, agreements with other companies that pay him money, and no one has a problem with that. It's similar to his video that he made where people give you a SCUF controller, and it's like, hey guys, I use SCUF controllers. Newsflash, I do that too. SCUF has given me, I think, 7 or 12 SCUFs over the period of the last couple of years. I've never paid for one. I'm fortunate enough that they know that I have a Call of Duty audience and they want to market to that, which I think is fine because they have one of the best products on the market. There's no difference in this than I see any other sponsorship. The only thing I see is that people need to be honest about what they're being given. Tmartn's value that he's being given, like, hey, we gave you a $100 point code, a $20 point code, whatever, does not matter to Tmartn. He's literally making videos trash-talking the supply drop system, and that could jeopardize his relationship with Activision, and I'm sure it probably has to some extent. But the idea that people think that $20 is enough to buy Tmartn when he's driving a $100,000 GTR, it's literally just blows my mind that people get so caught up in that and they make it sound so secretive and so vindictive of he's just in it for the money, whereas I think Tmartn has such an income source where he could step away from Call of Duty and just do his own thing on his second channel, vlog channel, whatever he wants with his retirement, with his housing situation. He's tweeted it publicly, so I'll talk about it. But that's the thing that blows my mind, is people just look at a problem and look at the first impression, make their judgments, and go, money whore, and then just move on to the next thing. That is what is insane to me. I feel that when you have all these content creators that are given points, and I think all of them who were stated it at the beginning of the video months ago. I didn't even know. I wasn't even aware of this. I remember being in calls with Drifter, and he's a pretty big Call of Duty influencer. He's gone to events with me. I've gone to events with him over the last 2 to 3 years, multiple times. And we were never told they had point codes. I spent $700 of my own money, donations included, that people were generous enough to give me to make these videos. But at the same time, the fact that we didn't know about it and some other YouTubers did is still kind of crazy. But even then, they never hit it. If you look at SkyRoz's video, FaZe Rain's video, at the beginning of the video, they said, hey, Activision gave me a point code for COD points. I'm going to do an opening. They were very honest, they were very real and truthful to their audience, to their subscribers, as YouTubers should be. So did they do anything wrong? Hell no. I don't see anything wrong with that. That's like an NBA player having a Nike sponsorship and people getting mad that he's trying to promote his new shoe. Like, it's so dumb, the things that people get mad at YouTube. And not only that, it's how they use that to try to build their own audience because their content lacks. That is the truth. You look at a bigger channel, and it kind of goes with the drama in YouTube lately. You go to the channel that has the most attention, you find something to nitpick and tear them down, and then you attack them. And then you hope that they mention you. They hope that they make a video about you. They hope that you go on a rant like I'm doing now, and then make that and link their video, talk about them, get their name out there so they can grow their channel. But at the same time, it's YouTube. You're more than welcome to make whatever video you want, but if you end up burning bridges, people aren't going to respect you. They're not going to want to work with you. So you have to be very careful with that. But at the same time, I'm just tired of seeing content creators becoming targets for doing something that they love and they're passionate about and they actually are interested in. Like, I feel there's no misleading thing with the COD supply drop drama. People have been preaching about it, like when it first came out. Hey, this is cool. You can get some melee weapons. If you want to spend your money, be an adult, be responsible, feel free to do that. Understand that you're paying for a chance to get something, not a guarantee. And then after they introduced weapons, all the YouTubers flipped that switch in their head and go, hey, maybe this isn't a good thing. Maybe this is something that we should step away from. And everyone mostly did. I haven't made a supply drop video since then. I probably will in the future using the guns. I won't actually do like a supply drop opening. I may not. Just depends on what my subscribers ask or request. But even then, that's my right on my channel to do so. It's the right on anyone's channel. It's their right to shit talk me if I do. Welcome to YouTube. That's the newsflash. But it really comes down to just being honest and loyal to your fans and subscribers and giving them the content that they want to see from you and letting them know that you're being paid or you're not being paid. I just find it completely hypocritical that in the years of 2016 with YouTube, that it's such a controversy that YouTubers with millions and millions of subscribers can get paid to do something. And not only that, it's a $20 or $100 point code. That blows my mind that people find and focus on that more than anything else. Other than that, that's all they have to complain about. So I don't see a problem with supply drop openings. I don't see a supply drop with videos. I don't see an issue with it. The only issue I have is the supply drop system itself introducing weapons that may or may not affect the game as far as balance. That is the problem, becoming pay to win. And not only that, it's gouging you. You're spending way more than what you're gonna get out of it in the long run. That is my problem with supply drops, and I'd love to see that corrected in the future. But the reality is, Activision has made so much money on this system, it's not going anywhere. You can even see that I'm playing Overwatch right now. And Overwatch has a similar system, but it's all cosmetic at the moment. You get character skins, but you're still paying money to open boxes. You're not getting what you want. You don't directly buy what you want because they know this system is more effective. It causes people to spend more, and it causes people to try to spend more or just play more in order to earn what they want. In case of Call of Duty, it's crypto keys. But I feel I've gone on a rant long enough. We all know where YouTubers stand. We all know that they're against certain things and they might not be. And if that's their right to be against it or not, they can support it, because at the end of the day, if you don't make the videos that you want to make, someone else is going to take your place and make those videos, and they're going to become successful while you're sitting on the sidelines. So it's up to you to make that morality call. Do you open up supply drops? Do you show off the new weapons? Do you promote the new weapons? Or do you tell people how it is and say, hey, these weapons are shit, it's a bad idea, don't spend your money? But we know how many people buy Call of Duty. 25 to 30 million people a year buy it. And I feel that these channels really have no influence on the overall scale of COD points or supply drops. So when you want to attack a YouTuber and give him the full blame, I think you actually have to sit down and think, is he really the main guy in the community that causes all the issues? And I really think a lot of people are short-sighted and they don't think this through. Anyway, if you guys like this video, if you want to watch me make more videos similar to this, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I know this was very aggressive, very random, and very just out there because it's something I haven't done for a while. I've never just sat down and talked and let it go, but I feel like with this topic, it's something I had to talk about. I have no issues with successful channels being given stuff to promote stuff as long as they disclose that's what they're doing. And at the same time, as long as it doesn't alter their channel in terms of them saying, hey, I don't support this, but thanks for giving me money, and now they magically support it. That is wrong. You have to be able to give your opinion, and you always have to give an honest review. And I don't see YouTubers doing anything like that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you guys soon with another video. As always, take care.